Hey guys, HBIC here, back for another episode of Poppin' Bottles. Today I have Knob Creek 18s. As you can see here, I got batch 1 and batch 2. Shout out Dougie Freshness, fellow bum. He brought this over to my house earlier this year. It was batch 1. We tried it. I actually had the 15 year, and we all like the 18 year better than the 15. I know there's always some hesitance about getting like an ultra age bourbon. They're maybe not as good as something around like the 12 to 15 year range. But I think that the 18 year was much, much better than the 15. 12 is probably still my favorite, but the 18 year holds up very, very well on its own. Really like it a lot. So this was batch 1. I found this one when I went to the Bourbon Trail in September. End of September, I got lucky. It was the last one sitting on the counter at Jim Beam, and I honestly thought that I was getting batch 2. And I thought it was just early release on batch 2, and nope, it was batch 1. But then lo and behold, shout out Green Valley Wine and Spirits. They hooked me up with this bottle. So thank you so much for them for getting this one to my hands. I'm gonna crack this. I'm not really gonna do much of the tasting notes because we've all know what the classic Knob Creek tasting notes are. I'm sure if you guys are followers of bums and big and supporters of us, you've bought our Knob Creek single barrel picks, our rye, our 9-year bourbon. So you know those classic Knob Creek notes. And it says here right at the same bottle, 2 different batches. They both say the same thing: full body caramelized oak with hints of sweet baking spices. So it's classic Knob Creek. But what I want to do is I want to compare the batch 1 and batch 2 and see if there's any subtle differences in the taste. Now, granted, this one's been open for a while, and this one I'm just popping right now, so might be a little different. Probably is. I shouldn't say might. It is going to be different, but we'll see how big of it is. And these are 100 proof. And MSRP 170, 180, depending on where you're going on that. So we're gonna let that one breathe for a second. We're gonna start with batch 1, last year's batch. See how. Okay, so we got batch 1 here. Classic Knob Creek. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that one's definitely a keeper. So let's see now. Second one, we're doing a neck pour, so probably gonna have. I got this Knob Creek glass. It's got cool little indentations here, like a little tripod, but not the best for swirling in the glass. So kind of a faulty design on their part. Looks good aesthetically, but not good for the swirl. All right, let's see this. It's a batch 2. Okay, definitely a difference. This on batch 1, I get a lot more ethanol in it, a lot more spice with it. This one I get a lot lighter. I get a little more caramel, a little more oak. Yeah, this one definitely seems lighter, a little sweeter maybe. Wow, that's a big difference. Keep that open for a sec. Let's go back to the 1 real quick just to verify my. Nice with a little more swirl. Yeah, batch 1 definitely getting a little more, and it's 100 proof. It's not like super, it's not a high proofer, but definitely get a lot more spice in that So I think side by side tasting them, batch two is definitely the winner in my book. Batch one obviously very very good on its own, but batch two is by far I think the superior of the two. But I mean, everyone's taste is subjective. You might like batch one, but um, if you see this out, these are not they're allocated, but a lot of places have been carrying them. If you just mom and pops, your local Benny's, Costco's, right place, right time, you can find a batch two. And if you come across it, price point might scare you a bit, but I would say it's definitely worth it. Um, this one is by far my favorite of the two. So that is my review of the Knob Creek 18 years. Coming soon, we are going to be doing BTECs. I don't know if you saw, I got the George T. Stagg. Hoping to get another BTEC this weekend. We're going to be for wait and see on that one. And I got the Booker's 2003-03 batch, the Mighty Fine batch. We're going to be doing that one as well. So that might be a short though. So we'll see. But this is another episode of Poppin' Bottles with HBIC, Head Bum in Charge. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.